Oh, do I have a little treat for you guys? I have made the coolest traffic calculator that you are ever going to see. Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and in this video, we are going to be discussing a homemade traffic calculator. So what is this actually going to do? This is going to show you your growth over time, what it actually looks like, is it sustainable, how much are you growing every single month, how to determine that, what you need to convert at, what you need to sell at, and ultimately how much your product is going to be, and it'll give you a final printout of what you should be making every single month. That's the coolest part about it. There is no, oh, I wonder if this happened, or I wonder if this happened. No. You plug in your exact numbers and it will show you exactly how much money you will be making over the lifetime of your website. I'm sure that this could be used for other things other than a website, but this is specifically designed that if you have a website, doesn't matter what you sell, doesn't matter what kind of business you're in, if you have a website, you can plug your numbers in here, and I'm going to show you guys how to alter this just so it fits your business, but it's extremely simple. We're going to dive into this in one moment. But this is really it. This is to show you, hey, if I get to 100 visitors and I grow at a rate of, I don't know, 10% or 20% every single month, these are the results that you can expect to have. And it is so friggin' cool. Most people don't ever see anything like this because they just sit there and wonder, like, what would happen? What could happen? I don't know, but this is going to solve all of those issues for you. So let's jump into my computer here and let's go over this calculator. Now, I've spent a lot of time building this. I know it sounds and looks kind of simple. Ultimately, you're going to see a variety of different bits of information. You have your month. So this is built out over 24 months. If you wanted to download it, there is a link down below. You can go grab it, and you could add more months so you can see what your growth looks like over the course of maybe the entire life cycle of your website. You have your growth rate. We have your website traffic, your percentage of email signups, the amount of email signups that you're going to have. We have your overall signups, your percentage purchase rate, and then you have your number of purchasers, your profit per item sold, your total each month that you should be making, and then ultimately a grand total of the final number of everything added up so you can see. So right off the bat, let's just jump into this, and now that you guys have an idea of what the columns are, we can go through and start to get a little creative. There are some bits of information in here that you probably need to go figure out for yourself. So I can't give you this information because it's going to be specific for each and every single person. But what I can do is share some either great examples and use my own data on my own website to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. So right off the bat, you have your first month. Now, I've plugged in already that you're getting about 100 visitors per month. It's not bad if you're getting less than 100 visitors per month, but that's really where this thing starts to shine, is 100 visitors per month. Because if you're getting one visitor per month, you're very early on in the infancy stages, and that's not a bad thing. But this is going to show you much better information. You really need to get to that 100 visitor a month, and believe me, you can do it. It's not that hard. I would say if you're getting around 50, you can start to see it with 50, but the numbers aren't going to be as juicy or as good looking. So right off the bat, I'm going to look at your website traffic. So I've pulled up my own data and my own analytics on my personal website, harrisonbarron.com. So we have real data to use. That's the coolest part about it. I pulled up my Google Search Console, right? And you can see that my website's growing pretty aggressively over the last 16 months. I don't do any backlinking. It's really all organic posts here, but you can see that I've gotten almost 1 million impressions in the last 16 months. I've gotten a 7,500 clicks with an average click-through rate and average position. None of that really matters except for the amount of clicks that we have. And then I have my Google Analytics. So I've really pulled up the last 90 days. So that way we can see a trend of what kind of information we're looking at. I'm going to just go to 28 days so we can have a good starting number. So 1,500 people, right? So we're just going to go in and I'm just going to plug in all of my data, right? So I'm just going to go to 1,500 people and that's it. And now all of these numbers automatically change based on these numbers. This is the only other number that you have to change. I usually recommend people start out at 100, but I'm going to actually update this so you'll see that it updates here so you can add your existing website traffic. I have 1,500 people. Out of those 1,500 people, I really don't get many signups because I don't really offer anything. I don't actually have anything to sell and I don't really collect anybody's information. So I'm really only getting about 5 to 10 new emails per month, although it is starting to go up as I'm making more videos, more giveaways, but I was not doing anything. I was really focused purely on traffic. Now, the reason why you want to see your website growth rate is you could see here that if you look at a 90-day gap, you can see that I went from about 220 people to about 337 people. So if I pull up a quick calculator here, and if I do, I don't know, let's just take a guess here. It's about 100 person increase, right? You divide that by 3. It's probably going at a rate of about 10% every single month. And I'm okay with that. That's a good number to start at. So I'm going to change this down here to 10%. You're going to do 1 point, as I click 3, 1.1, meaning 10%. That is going to compile the numbers correctly. I probably could have adjusted that, but that's fine. And you're going to put in that 1.1. So I can see now that if I sold a product and I had a 10% conversion rate, I'd actually be making about $630,000 a year. Now, I don't have that many signups because I don't actually look for that many signups. So I'm actually going to go even lower than this. I'm actually going to go to about a 1% sign-up rate, which is probably pretty accurate for how hard I'm monetizing my site. Once again, I don't have any products. If you go on my personal website, harrisonbarron.com, there's literally nothing for you to buy. I've taken down pretty much everything. My course is going to be coming down just because I'm in the process of revamping it. But right now, it's just purely a, hey, if you want to either meet with me, you can meet with me. That's the only thing I sell, and I'm not really pushing that. And that's it. I don't have anything else that you can go buy otherwise. I just have a lot of really good content out there for people to learn, grow, and ultimately get better at whatever they're doing. For this case, I'm going to use a 0.01%. So that means 1% of those people. I really should be getting about 15 people per month, and I'm actually not that far off from that. So a 1% is pretty good. I think 15 is 1% of 1,500. And then let's do the email signup. So that's really, like I said, it's 15, which is fantastic. And I already have a handful of signups here. I'm not going to share that information because that's obviously personal information. And I want to know the actual purchase rate. Now, I don't sell anything, so I don't have a good purchase rate. So I'm actually going to lower this even more to 1%. Many people I know are actually selling a product, which is fantastic because if you sell a product, you are going to be able to go in here and see, hey, I need to do this to make that kind of money. Now, I will say that I am launching a course down the road, which is very exciting, and I'm probably going to offer it for about $197, and it's going to be a one-time fee. So because I'm selling a course, that course I look at as a 100% profit. There's no physical anything that I need to develop, build, anything like that. The course is done once it's done, and I can sell it, and that course is 100% profit. So I do plan on selling it at a $197 offer, and I'm going to go with a purchase rate of 1%. So that means 1% of all of these people have actually purchased out of this email signup. That's where I got those numbers, which is a very reasonable amount. There's no trickery in there. 1% is probably the lowest part of the threshold. Most people are realistically shooting for 2 to 3% of those people coming in. And once again, so you see $197, you go down here, you modify it to $197, whatever it is. If you're selling a course for, I don't know, let's just say $5,000, which is pretty reasonable. Realistically, over the course of the next 24 months, you should have made about $544,000. I know that sounds kind of crazy and you're like, there's no way. Well, let's look at the factors here. You're growing at a 10% rate each and every single month. So if this month I had about 1,500 visitors, next month I should have about 1,650. And the month after that, 18 and 19 and 21. And you'll see that the numbers keep growing, right? At a 10% rate month after month. That's what this entire thing is built for. So as long as I know that I'm producing better content, going and updating old content, and actively looking to grow my website, I can expect to have about 13,000 people in every single month after this period, which is fantastic because I could be making some really good money, approximately $66,000 a month in the next 2 years. This is how you can start to begin to see, oh my God, like maybe in the first month, I might only make $500, right? Or it's just guessing that you're going to make $500. You might not actually make a sale for a couple months, and that's okay. But this is going to give you a price breakdown of realistically what you could be making every single month. So let's go back to my 100 visitors here, because I think that's a great starting place for a lot of people, is 100 visitors every single month, right? And you're going to grow at a rate of 10% every single month. My website actually might be growing close to like 20 now that I'm thinking about it, but 10% every single month. And at the end of 2 years, you should have about 900 visitors per month. And that's fantastic. If you are new or you're not really 100% sure on where you're going, or you're just doing, I don't want to say the bare minimum, but you're adding new content and it's not like the most SEO rich content out there, that's probably a fair number to start at. It took me 16 months to get to 1,500 visitors. Granted, I started this website as a project and I didn't really know what I was doing when I first started, but that's the whole point of this, right? If you can get your email signups to, I don't know, let's just say 5%. I think 5% is a realistic number. If you position your product or solution as the solution to that specific problem, right? Or, hey, follow along, I'm gonna give you tips and tricks, right? Kind of like you wanna subscribe to this YouTube channel and probably hit that like button because you're gonna get a ton of value out of this. Now, next, you're going to have your email signups. I kept this, right? That's just going to add these numbers up. Then you have your overall signups. So this is going to be how many people you should have on your email list at the end of each month, right? So at the end of 24 months, you should have about 450 people, give or take. This is not including ads, by the way. And then you have your purchase rate. Realistically, I think a lot of people could probably get to a 2 to 5% conversion rate as far as purchases out of their email list, right? People have to go through your email list to go and purchase. And let's just say your product is, I see a lot of people selling products for $397, right? And for $397, if you're doing a purely organic method, at the end of 24 months, you should make about $30,000. That's fantastic, right? And if you're like, well, I don't have more than 100 visitors, right? Well, keep all these numbers and just change this first one. If you're at 1,000 visitors per month, this is going to get extremely more attractive, right? You now have $283,000 a month. If you have, I don't know, let's go 3,000 visitors per month, right? This is probably something that you're going to start using in the early stages. You're actually going to end up with about $1 million in business. Realistically, if you convert everything and you do everything correctly, that's probably what you're looking at. Now, you might be thinking, well, I don't convert at that 5%, I converted that 1%. This is the beauty of this chart. You can actually go through and make these adjustments in real time to have a really good idea of what your business is going to do, right? So even if you convert at 1% and you have a sales rate of, let's just say 1% here, you're still going to walk away with $85,000 over the course of the next 2 years of the lifetime of your website. And if you're really aggressive and you're like, hey, I like my sign up rate, I like my purchase rate, I'm fine with those, and maybe you grow at a rate of 20% every single month, you're looking at $264,000. And that is the beauty of this. You can see exactly what trends you have, you can see exactly where you're going to be, how much money, hey, if I charge $97 versus $297, what does that number actually look like? I think that's the coolest part about this entire process is if you're at 3,000 visitors per month, right? We'll just keep all these numbers the same. If you're selling a course for $397, now you're going to walk away with $85,000. But maybe you're like, you know what? I want to sell a $97 course. You're still going to make $20,000 over the course of the next 2 years. That's $10,000 a year on average. And it's going to get more towards the end part of it, just like it's compiling, it's building. Right? Or if you're like, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to sell a $1,000 course, and that course is going to be the best course in the world. At a $1,000 course, at the end of 2 years, and you're already getting 3,000 visitors per month, you're really going to walk away with $215,000. That is the beauty of this. This is the chart that I'm in the process of using myself to see, okay, great. Now I'm thinking about monetizing my website at 1,500 visitors. Let's really start to dig down into the nitty gritty and get the details that I want to see. So I know that, hey, I have a predictable growth pattern for the future. So if you guys want this tool, if you guys want to go play with it, there's a link down below. Go grab it. It's super cool. Rewatch this video. After you download it, it'll walk you through exactly how to use it. But go punch in your own numbers. It will give you exactly what you want to see. And heck, if you're like, hey, I'm getting like a 0.5% sign up rate and no conversions, you can see where the deficits are. Hey, I need a better conversion rate on sales. I need a better conversion rate for my newsletter or my email subscription. Or, hey, I just need to charge more money and I can make way more money, right? It's about what you want, not what anybody else wants. So plug your own numbers in. I encourage you to play around with this. It's a really cool tool. Everybody I've showed this to has been like, this is the craziest thing ever. I don't think that there's another one like this that exists out there. So go have fun with this. I love you guys. I hope I earned a like button. I hope I earned a subscribe button. And if you guys have questions, comments, or if you think I can make this tool better, leave that down in the comments below. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys. Bye.